Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Black Eagle from Snake Beater, back with a brand new video. Today, guys, I'm going to be doing a video on the brand new legend to Apex Legends called Octane. Basically, what we're going to go through is everything you need to know. I'm going to go through all the little details of his abilities. So hopefully, if you don't have him already, or if you are thinking in the future of buying him, or you already have him and you don't know enough about him, that this can hopefully help you out and just let you know a few more things about him that you probably didn't know, just little details that you might not be aware of. So if you do enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and please subscribe. But apart from that, let's jump straight into the video. So what we're going to be looking at first is his tactical ability. Now his tactical ability is called STEM. Now I'm sure you're all very aware of this, but basically what he does is he stabs himself in the face with adrenaline, so you can always see the STEM in on your screen when you're running around with it in, which is why you can see it, because it is actually in his face. But yeah, you get for 6 seconds 30% speed increase. Now it does take 2 seconds to cool back down. That's not very long at all, is it? Now it does come with a cost. It's going to cost you 10 health every time you use it. So obviously while you're waiting for the cooldown, if you do it again, you once again lose 10 health. Now if you keep doing this, basically even if you do go say under 10 health, or say you are on 10 health, I wasn't aware of this, but you will always be left with 1 HP. You cannot physically down yourself by just using STEM, which I think is really helpful to know, and it's really good from Apex, because at the end of the day you could have some sort of troll on your team that's just to keep stabbing himself. He just wants to kill himself, no idea why, but you know what trolls are like nowadays. So it's quite nice to know that at least they're going to give him 1 HP if he is going to be that guy. But yeah, so it's really helpful. I would recommend only to use this ability if 1, you're going in for a counter attack, if you're getting aggressive, 2, if you're need to escape really quickly, but also at the early stages. If you drop somewhere quite quiet, it's very handy for looting. But if you're dropping somewhere quite hot, where say you're going bunker or maybe Skull Town, you probably should not do this, because at the early stages health is very critical to you. If you're dropping in somewhere hot, that 10 HP could actually be a massive thing for you. That could be a life and death situation basically. So I would definitely recommend only using the STEM if 1, you're being aggressive, or 2, escaping, and the last one obviously 3, looting quietly somewhere, loot the area quickly and then get the hell out of there. But that is all to do with his tactical ability, so now we'll jump into the next part. So next we're going to be talking about his passive ability. So his passive ability is called Swift Mend. So I've just explained to you how his tactical ability takes away 10 HP every time he stabs himself with the adrenaline. Now Swift Mend is going to basically heal you up after a short period of time when you're out of action and whatnot. One little thing that I wasn't aware of, which I found out by my own findings, if you say for example take damage from say being shot, or just any type of damage basically, your ability will heal you. I honestly thought at the beginning, I thought the Swift Mend only healed you up for the STEM health. So I thought, all right, maybe if I use my STEM once, I'll only get 10 HP back. But no, in matter of fact, it does just keep healing you up. Now, so this is a massive deal, because at early stages, if you have taken damage, you can't find any syringes, you are going to slowly start getting your health back. Now, when I say slowly, I'm talking slowly. So basically you will get 1 health every 2 seconds. So that is quite a small amount. You're going to be sitting there for quite a while. So really you don't want to be leaving your health to heal up from the Swift Mend unless it's literally at the very end or you're in somewhere very quiet. But I do think this is a massive deal, because this basically means you can have a massive fight, not have any heals, and then if you just stay out the fight for a while, you will start getting your health back, which is very critical and I think very helpful. Another little thing that I wasn't even aware of, I found this out, but when you're knocked on the ground and say you've taken damage, someone's tried to shoot you but then they've been interrupted and they've had to run off, your health will start coming back again whilst you are knocked. Now obviously knocked health is different to when you just bleed out. You've got a timer for bleeding out and you have your timer for health. So basically what's going to happen is you will eventually bleed out. You can't stop that. So it will just be a case of you might be able to live a little bit longer because your knocked health has come back up, but at the end of the day, you are going to bleed out eventually, so you're not basically invincible when you're knocked. You are going to eventually end up dying. But it's quite useful to know that. But yeah, you really need to just don't rely on this ability. Don't use this ability thinking, oh yeah, I'm just going to heal myself up if you're in like a tight spot. Because as I say, 1 health is not very much for every 2 seconds. It's not going to keep you alive. But it is helpful to know that you do have the chance to get health back if you have no medical supplies at all. So yeah, that is everything to do with his passive ability. So now we're going to jump on to his ulti. So next we're going to talk about his ultimate ability. His ultimate ability is the launch pad. Now basically this takes 1 minute 30 to cool down. So you can shut down your launch pad and then basically it catapults you through the sky. Anybody can use this, whether it's the teammates or the enemies. Anybody can jump on the launch pad. Now as I said, it takes 1 minute 30 to use. And then once you put it down, you can put another one down. None of them despawn, they will stay there. The only time they'll disappear is if they do get destroyed. Now say for example, if someone is trolling you and they put it in front of a door, don't feel like you are stuck there. Just literally just shoot it a few times and it will eventually break. I think it takes 2 shots of a peacekeeper, but yeah, it will destroy. But yeah, it's very useful. When you chuck it down, you can chuck it very far. It's actually quite surprising how far you can throw it. If you chuck it out, you can basically put it down on the ground. Be careful where you are throwing it though. When you look down, basically as soon as you hit your ulti, it will just fly out. Now if you want to put it in a very specific spot, make sure you're careful. But if you do chuck it, I've seen a video of somebody chucking it and the actual launch pad has slipped through a gap in the stairs. So that's the sort of thing you've got to be aware of. It is very precise where it lands. But yeah, so when you use these the launch pads, basically if you walk over it, you will go up in the sky. But if you walk over it and jump as you walk onto it, you will go 30% higher and further. So if you're looking for maybe like a low jump, just walk over it or slide. But if you actually want to get some height, you need to jump when you walk over it, and you will notice a massive difference. If you put down the launch pad at a decline or an incline, it makes no difference. Honestly, you will have literally the same momentum, the same bearing. Literally, it's all the same. So don't feel like, oh yeah, if I maybe put it on a ledge, then I might be able to go a little bit further, because it won't make a blind bit of difference. Just remember that when you're doing that. You can launch your knocked players on it, which I think is very useful. So if you put it down on the floor, your knocked players, you can use that as a good way to get them out of a dangerous situation. So you could get them to jump on top of a building by crawling over the launch pad, and then there may be a safer position which could be easier to get the recovery, to get the revive on them. But I think that's very helpful and very useful. And then the other thing which I think is pretty cool, now this is only for like you trick shotters out there, you can actually chuck throwables on it. So you can chuck grenades on it, you can chuck Bangalore's ulti on it, and they will go flying. Now obviously, as I say trick shotters for a reason, because the reason behind that is it's not going to go there anywhere like decent if you're not accurate. It's going to be pretty much down to luck. So just remember that when you are chucking your stuff onto this launch pad, that you need to be accurate. But I personally think this is a very underrated ulti. Some people say they don't think it's very good, but I personally think it's very good for when you're going in to do an aggressive attack, whether you need to get out of a sticky situation. It's very useful. So yeah, I really do like this ulti, and I would recommend people giving it a good try. But yeah, finally, the last thing I wanted to talk about was Octane's hitbox. Now, it's not really been explained. It's not been looked into as much as I was hoping. I had a little look around, couldn't find any videos on it, couldn't find anything on a website. But basically, hitbox. Nobody knows Octane's hitbox at the moment. It's one of those ones where people are trying to find it out and whatnot. I would personally, I found someone say they reckon he's in the same scale of Lifeline or Bloodhound. I would personally agree with that. I do feel like he is probably in line, yeah, with Bloodhound and Lifeline. I don't think he's as small as Wraith, so it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, he's still pretty small. He's not that big. He's no Gibraltar. You don't need to be a bit worried about that. But yeah, there is nothing confirmed about the hitbox at the moment. But just so you know, Lifeline, Bloodhound, very similar size to them. So yeah, you just need to keep that in mind when you're picking your legends. But apart from that, guys, that is everything. We've covered all of his abilities, and I've tried to let you know as much information as possible about him, whether it's cooldowns, you know, and everything like that. Just little facts that not many people know about. So if you have enjoyed this video, like I say, please make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and please subscribe. If I did miss anything, yeah, make sure you hit it in the comments, you know, tell me another fact that I didn't know. But I feel like we've covered as much as we possibly can at this stage. I've been playing him all week, trying to just work out little things about him. But yeah, if you have enjoyed it, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And apart from that, guys, I will see you in the next video.